Hello everyone, Mike Rempel from Excel Bytes with today's Excel Bytes tutorial. Today I want to show you a couple tricks using XLOOKUP, and I picked these up from Summit Bonsall of Trump Excel, and I'll put a link to his blog in the notes below. But there's a couple very interesting XLOOKUP tricks that I think you'll find very interesting and useful. So let's take a look and see how we can use them in Excel. So here's our scenario. I have a list of names and some values based on location, north, south, east, and west. And I put two drop-down lists here. So one with all the names and one with the location. And I want the value to appear here based on the intersection of the name and the location. Now, to look up values in Excel, you can use VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP, but the main difference between these two is VLOOKUP will return a value, but XLOOKUP actually returns a cell location and that contains that value. So let me show you the difference here. With XLOOKUP, if I wanted to look up Kira McDonald in the South, I would do equals XLOOKUP. I would look up this value in this list of names and return from this list here, close my parentheses, and I get 106. And Karen McDonald in the South is 106. With VLOOKUP, I would say equals VLOOKUP. I want to look up this value in this range here. I want to return the third column index. I want an exact match, close my parentheses, hit enter, and again I get the same value. Now if I selected the XLOOKUP function and wrapped it in the cell function and selected address and closed my parentheses, notice it gives me the location of that value, which is cell C5, which is correct. If I did the same with VLOOKUP, equals cell selected address and then close that function, I would get an error because again it is not a proper formula because there is no address for that VLOOKUP formula. So knowing this, I can use that information to find the intersection of basically a row and a column using XLOOKUP. And the key there is using a space between two XLOOKUP functions. The space means intersection. So for example, if I say equals XLOOKUP, and I want to look up this value in this range and select this as my return array, close my parentheses, it's going to give me that whole list for Kira. Now if I again enter a space there and another XLOOKUP, and I'm going to look up south in this range, and I select again that range, my return array, close my parentheses, hit enter, it gives me the value. And now I can change any one of these names, any one of these locations, and it will give me the value that's at the intersection of that row and that column. Now, another trick you can use with Excel and XLOOKUP is a summing function. So let's go to a second tab I have here, and I have a similar list of names and just values, and I want to select two different names and sum up the values between those two. So if I do equals XLOOKUP, my lookup is this name in this range, and my return array is this. I hit enter, and I want to choose maybe between Christian and Roger. So I'm going to pick Roger as my second name here, Roger Haas. And here, instead of using a space, I'm going to use a colon. So I'll enter XLOOKUP, look up this name in this lookup array, and my return array is that. close my parentheses, hit enter, and it gives me the list of values between those two names. Now all I need to do is wrap that in the sum function, and it will total those values. And it doesn't matter which order I do these in. For example, I have Christian Arroyo and Roger Haas, but if I wanted to do between Roger Haas and Roger Akins, if I change this to Roger Akins, even though it's in a different order, it'll still give me the value between those two. It'll still sum it up. And that's how you can do a couple interesting tricks using the XLOOKUP function in Excel.